Okay, this is the billboard problem. In this problem, we're asked to find a mathematical model that gives the area of this printed region in terms of this variable x. And the background of the problem is this, that we've got some billboard that has an area of 900 square feet, and there are margins from the top to the bottom are 4 feet. So let me identify this. So this distance from here to here is 4, top to bottom it's 4, and the margins on the side are 3 feet. So this distance from here to here is 3, and same over here, right? That distance is 3. Okay. And now again, we want to come up with a mathematical model that gives the area of this printed region. So let me identify the unknowns up here, and then we'll come up with that model. So this was labeled as x, so I don't know what this side is, I'll call it y. And we're going to want to come up with the area of this rectangle, so let me label this side L and this side W. Okay, so I've labeled everything in my picture, and now let's come up with an expression that gives the quantity that we're interested in, the area of that rectangle right there. So the area of that rectangle right there is length times width. And so here we have the area written as a function of L and W. We want to write it as a function of just x. So I've got to come up with a way to rewrite L and W in terms of x. So let me start with x. Right? Notice that this side x is made up of this piece, which is 3 feet, this piece, which is L, and this piece, which is 3 feet. So x is equal to 3 plus L plus 3. X is equal to L plus 6, which means L can be written as x minus 6. Okay. So I can replace this L with x minus 6. Okay, now I have to figure out, well, how do I rewrite W in terms of x? So let me do the same thing that I did with x. Let me do it over here with y. So this piece y is made up of this piece from here to here, which is 4, and this piece from here to here, which is w, and then this one up here is 4. So y equals 4 plus w plus 4. Y equals w plus 8, which means w is y minus 8. Okay, well, we've written w in terms of y, but I've got to write it in terms of x. So is there a relationship between x and y? And yeah, there is. The problem said that the area of this billboard is 900 square feet. So 900 is equal to x times y. The area is 900, and the area of that billboard would be x times y. So y is 900 over x, which means I can write w as 900 over x minus 8. So we've done what he's asked us to do, and that is come up with a mathematical model that gives the area of that printed region in terms of this variable x. Now let's consider the domain. Right? So in this problem, this is the side of this rectangle, and this is this other side. So these can't be negative, right? So x minus 6 has got to be greater than or equal to 0, and 900 over x minus 8 has got to be greater than or equal to 0. These are the physical restrictions that I need to place on x. So we can easily solve this one. X has got to be greater than or equal to 6. And now to solve this one, oops, I wrote an 8 there. Has to be greater than or equal to 0. And now to solve this inequality, I will figure out when 900 over x minus 8 equals 0. I'll solve the equation. And then I'll plot those values on the number line. All right, so 900 over x minus 8. Multiply both sides by x. So x would be 900 over 8. All right, so let me plot that on a number line. As well as this 900 over x minus 8 is undefined when x equals 0, so I have to plot that as well. So here's 0, and then here's this 900 over 8, which maybe I better simplify that, right? 450 over 4, there's a factor of 2. How about 225 over 2, another factor of 2. And what is that? 112.5. Okay, so now take a test point in these intervals and see what the sign on 900 over x minus 8 is. Like if I let x be 1, this 900 over x minus 8 would be positive. If I let it be something out here like 200, it would be negative. And I'm not even going to consider this over here because this would imply that x is a negative value. So the solution to this one here is x has got to be between 112.5 and 0. Okay, so let me get rid of this stuff. To be in the domain of this function, x has got to satisfy this, and x has got to satisfy this. So the x's that satisfy both of them would be in this interval, from 6 up to 112.5 inclusive. Okay, I'll stop right here.